Howdy, cadre. How's it going? My helmet broke. There's a helmet. We'll put that on. 49 spruce planks. That's a lot of spruce planks. That'll make a whole bunch of sticks. Which in turn will make a whole bunch of torches. Oh boy. Am I really doing this? Is this a good idea? Yeah, let's just go all out. Torches all around. Yeah, plan today is light up some of this warp room. I don't know if it's a good plan. What? Is this north? No, this is east. Yeah, this is north. I have this issue. I don't know, this may seem backwards or something. I have this issue where my natural compass is good enough that sometimes I just rely on like my directional instinct too much. Which means it doesn't actually work. Oh, I don't have a shield. I do not have a shield. That's a mistake. Okay, we got some slime. That's okay. I used all my wood. All right, so I don't have a shield. That's what we've figured out here today. All right. Okay. Sure, don't have a shield. Yeah. Oh! Well. Oh! Okay. Alright, well. Some of that's bound to happen. I don't really care about redstone, but the gravel, I don't care. What? That's not what I meant. And then dirt. I ran out of dirt. Food? Didn't run out of food. So, yeah, this whole thing is a nightmare. I guess I should have brought more blocks. And a shield. And or some wood. Okay. Hey guys. How's it going? Up. So, yeah, still haven't heard from my landlord. Why is there a cluster there? What are you guys doing? Ah. I just texted him this evening. I don't think that helps. It hasn't helped in the last 7 months. He used to respond to my texts quite quickly, in fact. So I guess at some point he just got tired of dealing with me and decided to ignore his responsibilities. That's my best guess. If you've been paying attention, then you've heard most of the story up to the point where I discovered a mold bloom in my basement. Got mad at my landlord's son for not handling it properly. And my landlord said I wouldn't have to deal with him anymore, that I could just contact him directly. And that made me think, oh good, things are going to get better. He's going to take responsibility for the things that his son never really took seriously. Hey. Hey. Oh, there goes my sword. I have a backup. And then what do I do? Maybe I should go mining? What was that? I guess one of the spiders hit me. Looked like an arrow or something. When did they start jumping sideways? I don't know. Yeah, there's lava, like, what? Oh. It must be, you know, I could probably stand to do some mining anyway. Curious where the lava is. Oh, yeah, we're fine. Oh, I do have iron, just not on me? Yeah, I left it behind. Oh, and I'm out of wood. I probably need to get some wood, huh? Oh. Okay. Well, that is serious and extensive. I guess the good news is that the gravel has already given us a starting point. What are they? Somebody's pulled the lava from the edge? I don't know what's going on. Really, I want the iron. So, okay. Wow, they just kind of... Oh. Well, that's not the best method for anything. Did I lose some? I must have lost some. No. Okay, weird. Alright, what? I don't have a... Yeah. I'm really not prepared for any of this, I guess. Oh, that was stupid. That made me sick. Okay. Let's get cooking. So yeah, I guess one thing I should say is that obviously I could have moved out a long time ago. If I was really annoyed at my service. You know, capitalism. And yeah, when I moved in here, it was off a series of moves where I lived in some place. What? I want more iron, really. Don't see any yet. Now, let me see if I can remember the sequence. So, I had lived in cooperative housing for a long time. Sojourner Truth House is near the Rock, if you know Ann Arbor. Between South University and Hill Street on Washtenaw Avenue. Yeah, what's up with that? That makes me nervous. Main campus. I liked main campus. Started off on main campus because... Oh, I think I'll cook some cobblestone just because. I was pretty sure I was going to study architecture. But, you don't start out right in architecture. You take general liberal arts classes with certain prerequisites. And I think you had to... Oh, was that a mine? Well, that would be good. Probably, for finding... iron, maybe? Looks like maybe we have a mining episode. This wasn't my plan originally? Why isn't that burning the wood? Oh, diamonds. Well, that's kind of cool. Iron, good. Seems quiet. That's nice. Alright, what the... I should make a sword or something. Oh! Some of this is wood. This is like wood. It's not gonna stack with the wood I have, but it is also wood. Okay, so yeah, the general studies, prerequisites, you had to get, you know, like some language, some... Okay, we should switch to... We can't... We need... Alright, I'm already upset. Because I don't... Okay. None of this is going quite how I'd like. I don't have sticks. Alright. Yep, I just burned that. Didn't mean to, but I burned that. Alright, stuff I don't really need as much. Oh, let's just eat flesh for a while. Eat of the flesh. So yeah, I certainly started out in the dorms, with the norms and the dorms. And it wasn't the best experience. Oh, let's use Scrabble. My roommates freshman year were reasonable enough in some ways, but I don't know, they were just kind of too normal, perhaps. Sports enthusiasts, and I don't know, they were sometimes rude and selfish. I remember one day being really annoyed because they were playing video games right under my bunk bed where I was trying to sleep. Which I don't know, maybe in itself doesn't sound that bad, but their friend who was always over but didn't live in the room, obviously, was leaning against the supports for my bunk bed, and whenever somebody would do something really cool, you know, sportsing, the pointification or whatever, he would get excited and jump and shake my bed, and like they thought, you know, I shouldn't have been sleeping in or whatever, but you know, like my bed, that's my bed right there. And I think it was my video game system. I could be wrong about that. There's a good chance that, like, it was my TV, their game system, that they were playing on. It certainly was right underneath my bed. Anyways, well, I guess I have room for this. Iron seems appropriate. So anyways, after that freshman year, I went to the dorms, or sorry, the co-ops. Which, if you don't know about cooperative housing, it's a lot like the dorms in that it's usually two people per room. You have a roommate, but then you all share a kitchen and public spaces, and there's usually, well, okay, all right, all right. We want the iron. And really, maybe we should just put a door. Right through here. What? Did they make the hose the thing for wool? I can't tell from that. Alright. So I need a new backup sword. Because that one's about to break. I need a new backup pick. Because that one's about to break. And then am I gonna look for more iron? I'm not sure if I've found mines before. This might be mine first. Wow, this is nice. Mines can be time savers because if you're just digging through walls, you know, straight tunneling, it can be easy to get kind of nowhere. I mean, you get a whole lot of stone from it, but you can straight tunnel through or right by important stuff without even seeing it. So the co-ops are good though, because so the dorms are managed by the university usually, or college. And there are some aspects of it that are nice. I mean, they hire janitors to do the cleaning, they hire chefs to do the cooking. So all of that is pretty reliable. I mean, it's kind of lowest common denominator, and you know, you get what you pay for, and it's... Well, this is a flooded mine. That's interesting. You know, it's low wage workers. Oh, this is dangerous. I'm not gonna say minimum wage because whoa, hey, I was breathing. I think they were paid better than that. I think they were union. I think all the university employees were union, and I see you. I guess I'm full on stuff. Oh. Well, you're kind of stuck behind water, huh? Yeah. Leave you alone for now. But there's there's a kind of alienation from the space because it's institutionalized and so I don't know. It's almost like it encourages partying and not caring about the space, and you know, when you have people you don't really care about cleaning up after you, it's easy to take it for granted. I don't know if I want those, but what am I doing? I got the stuff cooking. I got a little bit of iron. I think I already picked up the box that I had put up here before. Sure, looks like it. Okay. So anyways, the co-ops at first glance look a lot like dorms. I mean, they vary. A lot of the co-ops were in converted houses, and they might have been bigger, you know, old family homes. But alright, but let's cook a little bit more of that. I guess I'll go light more. And some of the converted family homes were like two homes that had been joined together with like a kitchen built between them. I didn't build a shield. That should have been one of my main goals. Well, we'll head back that way with this run of torches. Yeah, I'm just tired of this map room being surrounded by horrors. A few horrors I can deal with. But I'm a one horror man, I think. Not doing good at that. There we go. So I think the co-op provides for some important socialization opportunity. For people who have only lived with their own family, shield, that was my goal. College is the first opportunity really to live with people outside of your family and develop some socialization past, I bet, past family bonds. Which, when you're growing up, you have a tendency to think that your family is normal. That somehow all people are kind of like your family for the most part. And families have a way of amplifying small differences because it's easy to take your similarities within your family for granted. You may, all be cut from a similar cloth, so to speak. But then subtle differences get focused on, like, who's, even among your siblings, or your whole family, or your extended family, who's the wild one, who's the responsible one, who's the smart one, who's the strong one. The tendency might be for your whole family to be more athletic, for example, or more communicative, or more intellectual, or whatever metric you want to look at, compared to the people of your society or culture as a whole. Hey, guy. Hey, 2 hits. So anyways, yeah, it can... It can be easy to take your similarities for granted because you're surrounded by it. Anyways, wow. I'm way off track, but my point being that I really appreciated the chance to get into the co-ops, because the difference in the dorms, you still have an authoritarian hierarchy of the school's in charge, so the administration, the I don't know why I'm doing that. The rules of the school. And I guess specifically it's the RAs, the resident advisors, who generally are students themselves, but they're like upperclassmen or grad students. Hey. anyways, there's certainly people who applied for the position and get compensated a little bit, I think, by a decrease in fees. You know, they pay less to be there in the dorm. And it is a fairly casual relationship, certainly. But I think what's interesting and superior, at least I preferred it slightly. I think it was a better form of socialization. Well, I really should have my bow closer to my sword. What's kind of special about the co-ops is that there's really no employees that live with you. There's there is a hierarchical structure. Well, even that. See, part of the point of the co-op is that you're actually a part owner. You buy in by getting shares, and the idea is it incentivizes cooperation, part of the whole point. And if the organization does well and saves money and makes profits and stuff, you actually get a return on your investment. And when you leave the co-op, you sell your shares back so that, you know, the next person to move in can buy in. So it's a more social setup. There's more incentive, like I said, to cooperate. And the idea is that you're not only paying to be there, but you contribute labor every week. And within... What was that? Oh, I'm sick, so I'm seeing things. Within your own co-op, you determine as a group who's going to do what. I guess I'll keep going. Maybe I should just keep eating my bread. So, and the jobs range, I don't need that. You know, the jobs, most people cook or clean. But part of what's great about the division of labor is people can choose things that they're better suited for, or enjoy more. And like for myself, I don't like cooking. I've never spent much time doing it. Don't have particular skills. I've always been kind of picky with the food I eat anyways, so the idea of handling food, especially stuff I wouldn't enjoy eating or even smelling, was not the most pleasant thing for me. Although, surprisingly, I didn't mind doing dishes. I think because once, I don't know, while food is food, it kind of grosses me out that I might eat it, or that, you know, like some things just didn't seem consumable to me and would gross me out for that reason. But once food is no longer food, if it's just waste, you know, cleanup is just washing it down the drain or scooping it into the trash. I heard you. I'm trying to ignore you. More worried about that guy. Guess I should use my shield, huh? Anyways, so I started out doing dishes in the kitchen, and then after a few years I figured out that each house contributes a little bit of time per week to the organization. So I started doing that, which was so cool because kind of seemed like a scam to me, but you were required, I think, to do 3 hours per week for the house. But when you were working for the office, they only expected like 1 or 2 hours per week from you. I don't know if the idea was that it was scheduled and you had to travel there, or if they just thought it was more important. There was an aspect of that you did take on more responsibility, and since it was outside of the house, you know, you had to be there at a specific time, and I'm out of arrows. I think that's what that means. Didn't realize I was using all my arrows. Anyways, so I worked once a week for the Treasury Department, or Treasury office at the Co-op Council. Office work at the office, clerical stuff. What am I doing now? I got some iron. That was my main goal. I lit a bunch of stuff. I could leave some torches here. Don't really need the stick. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna go... Yeah, that left one hole. But yeah, one thing in retrospect that I really appreciated about the co-ops is that it's just a bunch of students living together, trying to figure out stuff on their own. So, when there were disputes, you know, obviously you could try and deal with it just human to human. If the disputes were bigger than that, then you'd end up talking about it at a house meeting. Or going to, I mean, the house had officers. There was a president and a treasurer and a secretary, and they had, you know, they did their jobs kind of whenever needed rather than at a scheduled time. If you were a cook, you did it for one meal per week. And a lot of people liked to do that because it was just task-oriented. A few of you would show up at the same time and cook together. The officers had more ongoing tasks. I should have brought those other torches. Well, maybe I'll go back there. But in terms of conflict resolution, there were some great lessons there because there were certainly interpersonal disputes that ended up being talked about on a house level, which in some ways is kind of messed up. Like, to have the whole house... I mean, I remember one dispute between a woman and a man who were friends, but they ended up... Well, she was drunk. I think he was high. She was getting kind of violent, and he was just trying to withdraw. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. My point was just that it was a complicated situation. Probably should have been handled just between the two of them. privately, or, you know, in a closed room with the office, you know, a couple officers or something. But it got the whole house involved and worked up because it touched on issues of violence and sexual inappropriateness, which I think fell into the realm of like comments and stuff, or they had some history. I'm not sure. Anyways, my primary point is just that it was complicated, and maybe that's not the best way to deal with it, but it still, I think, was better. Why was I thinking maybe Kennedy for where I left my orange box? No, this doesn't. I mean, this almost looks... No, I don't think that's related. That's just shoes. I remember that much. Alright, let's take... Whoop. Junk we don't really need up here. What falls into that category? We're getting way too much redstone. Yeah, I don't... There's a bunch of stuff we don't really need. I don't know if I should plant those mushrooms somewhere. Anyway, I think a lot of people... gravel... I have a healthy amount of gravel now. Cobblestone... Oh, that's gravel. Cobblestone... Stone... Anyway, my primary point on that. I think it was a useful practice for me to be exposed to people on a small scale resolving disputes, trying to live together, cooperate. I left that stick behind. I should have brought that stick. I guess I'll just stash the diamonds for now. I already have a few. I'm just moving things around at this point. Should try and break that hole. I should try to break that hole. I should try. Break that hole. Break it. Alright, stuff I'm not likely to use. I'm really not building much, so a lot of these weird things. What's that doing there anyways? Although, like the smooth stone slabs, the smooth stone, I'm more likely to build with that. Okay, we'll take some stuff upstairs. So anyways, after the co-op, I moved in. Well, and I skipped something. I moved to the North Campus co-op. I didn't really skip that because that's what I was talking about with one of those disputes. But the North Campus co-op was, yeah, maybe I want iron bars for something. The North Campus co-op was larger. And just that change from like 50 people to 150 people, it was split in half, but it was all one building. It was one building, two houses. Yeah, I'm gonna put the iron bars downstairs. No. Yeah, we'll put the iron bars in with the white stuff. And we'll just carry a little bit with us. Do I really want that much cobblestone? Okay. Yeah, the doubling of the scale, I think, more than doubled the... I don't know, it does weird things with the drama, because you can end up with more drama, but you can also... Like, on a smaller scale, the drama feels more intense. It's more likely to be personal. I don't think I need buttons. I think that's what was weird about that dispute, is that for me it was kind of personal because I considered both of those people my friend, the two people involved in the dispute. And so I was able to see it on a personal scale of, my two friends kind of having a falling out and arguing about what happened, but I would... Okay. Well, that should indicate this might grow, but I don't know. But then I was also able to see it objectively, like I wasn't personally involved in the dispute, so I was able to see how the people who didn't really know the two of them well argued it and handled it and took it from a third-party perspective, but became personally involved because of their own ideals and emotions about the subject matter involved. I don't know what I'm doing now. I might wait for night. I guess that doesn't matter. Anyways, so I was in North Campus co-op for a while, and I moved up there to get closer to the architecture school for my last few years of studies. Well, and then I continued on and studied art as well, which was also North Campus. Oh, I was gonna put the rest of that gravel in. Yeah. It's midday. I guess I could go farm. So those were good experiences, but I did get tired kind of the scale, the large scale of it. Ow. So when some of my friends that I made at the first co-op I lived in were moving into a house together, I decided to join them and learn some different lessons. Without going into it too deep, it was not a great time for me. I was pretty depressed with my studies and frustrated with the university at the time, and having trouble motivating. So that kind of caused different set of issues. In a way, interpersonal conflicts are easier to resolve when they're not your friends, because you can deal with each other I don't know, more objectively. I don't know if that's really what I'm trying to say. More abstractly. I don't have... I guess I took it upstairs. I guess I'm not cooking down here. Yeah, there's a unique difficulty with friends, which is you don't want to offend them. I mean, you might be more concerned about that, especially if you're aware that they're going through a hard time, depression, dealing with things. But then if you're living together and it's influencing stuff, I mean, then the issue with motivation is no longer just self-motivation. Well, now I got bunches of food. It's getting close to night. There's some more backup shoes, but... Oh, I broke my shoes. had more potions. What were those? Oh, slowness. Not likely to need that. Potatoes. I'll cook some cobblestone. We got plenty of it. So yeah, the co-ops. Then I lived with a few friends. Learned some weird things there. It was a real close friend of mine who I had a crush on, but that was never really an issue. We made out one night. That was just it. That was even before that. And we're still friends. She's married now. So that was never particularly weird. She's one of my favorite people. Professor now. Perhaps I've said too much. I don't think anybody's listening except bots. Yeah, and then a mutual friend, female, who was dating somebody that lived... Well, I didn't know it. I thought they were best friends, but they just were not into public displays of affection, so I was unaware for quite a while that they were basically a couple. She and a guy who was staying at another place nearby, but they both spent all their time in the room next to mine, because that was like the shared game room or whatever. It's where the TV was. So I spent a lot of my time there, and they spent a lot of time there. And we'd gather as a big group to watch TV together occasionally. I hear noises. But anyways, after that I bounced around into small apartments, shared a house with a friend for a while. That didn't go well. Finally ended up in a series of places for 1 or 2 years each. And then here for 14 years. And that gets us up to, I guess, the point where I was intending to complain about my landlord again. Or continue that story. And that's not where I'm trying to go. Honestly, my main motivation is just to tell the story now, publicly, before we really get into a legal dispute or something. Because that may lead towards me needing to be quiet about it. Who's opening doors? And if we get to that point, I'm pretty sure if I made a video on YouTube about it, it would not come up So I think that's a good way to kind of get it off my chest before... Oh, hey! Before potentially needing to go silent about it. I don't know. I don't think a non-disclosure agreement is going to come up. But there's a chance. And I don't feel the need to talk, you know, with a counselor or something about it. But I have found it sometimes helps just to speak about something because it can reframe it in your mind, and it can just kind of release it into the world. It can kind of it can validate what you're feeling, and organizing your thoughts and releasing those emotions, I think, is a pretty good way to soothe them, to release them. It can be useful for moving on, I think. And certainly I'm not talking about anything that falls on the level of trauma or anything like that. But it has been stressing, certainly. I've lived with certain types of stress for 5 years because of my landlord's negligence and lack of communication and his son's poor choices, at times illegal. Is that my only feather? I was going to start breeding chickens, and I have not done well at that. And I've just used up my arrows. There's a few more. Insert catchphrase here.